just the way every day goes.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nur Aifah Sakina binti Azlan. Today my group and I will present you guys about our costing method project, Petit Maison Bakery. For introduction to cost accounting ACC 116. We are from group 3 AM 1103G. This is our table of contents which we are going to discuss about our business overview, the products, SMO protocols, product costing methodologies, product job cost card, reflection and conclusion. First, we are going to look over our business overview. In this case study, our group has chosen to create a self-simulation business. This business is a bakery involving selling various desserts, pastry and cakes. For this case study, we will be looking into the production cost of two types of a whole cake sold by this business in a day. By collecting sufficient information, we can determine the exact cost of a whole cake that the business sells. Here are some background information about this business. The owner's name is Louis Darian Alliance Omar. Business name is Petit Maison. The business located in Kuala Lumpur. The commencement date is 14 July 1972. Type of business is Sendirian Berhad. Our tagline is the French essence, and the business address is 42 Jalan Cempaka 5, Taman Sir Dr. Ismail, 60,000 Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And our contact number is 012-345-678. Next, this is our products picture. We have produced two cakes, which is Saint Honor cake and Opera cake. This is our assignment chart or protocol. On week 10, our lecturer has given our topic assignment, and my group and I held our first meeting to determine whether we want to do an interview or self-simulation business. On week 11, we held our second meeting to determining what products that we want to produce in our business. On week 12, the third meeting was held to start our written assignment. And on 16 and 21 January 2026, we make a consultation with Madam. Last but not least, on week 14, we are going to submit our written report and video presentation to Madam.
Next one, I will explaining about the product costing methodologies. For this part, I will explain about the materials and labor. For the first one, Petit Maison Bakery produced two types of products, namely Saint Honor cake and Opera cake. The following information gives the details of materials, labors, and expenses incurred to produce one Saint Honor cake with a daily production of 10 units and a total production of Rm 149 ringgit 22 cents. For materials, there are two types of materials, which are direct materials and indirect materials. For direct materials, Le Petit Maison Bakery incurred a total direct materials price of Rm 67 ringgit 65 cent for one piece of whole Saint Honor cake. Each direct materials market will be divided by the original grams or kilograms that they were sold in to find price of each direct material weight, which can be in per gram or kilogram. Then it will be multiplied with the grams or kilograms that the direct materials need to be used to produce one whole cake per day. Meanwhile, for the indirect materials, Le Petit Maison's Bakery indirect materials include boxes, spokes, plastic knives, and candles. These materials do not form part of the Saint Honor cake itself. To determine the daily indirect materials, each material cost is calculated using the formula items market price divided by how many pieces were sold in a packet. Meanwhile, for labor, it is same as materials, which have direct labor and indirect labor. For direct labor, Le Petit Maison's Bakery direct labor costs include labor involved, the puff pastry and choked pastry chef, as well as diplomat cream and caramel chef. Accordingly, the direct labor hour cost for the both shifts is calculated as 8 hours multiplied with RM50 at a wage rate amounting to RM100 per shift in a day. The total of direct labor is RM240 per day. Meanwhile, for the indirect labor, Le Petit Maison Bakery's indirect labor includes the supervisor, cleaner and cashier. Their works is indirectly contributes to the overall efficiency, safety and quality of the bakery's product. Moreover, the indirect labor cost for daily production is calculated through a formula which is respective working hours multiplied by standard hourly wage according to each position. Thus, it will be amounting RM286 per day. Then I would like to pass for the explanation of expenses to next presenter.
Good day everyone, my name is Shariza and I'll be continuing on our financial breakdown. So let's look at our expenses. The first one is direct expenses. These are the costs that can be traced specifically to the production of our cakes. So currently, our primary direct expenses is oven electricity and gas, which we operate our oven 8 hours per day. And at the rate of 4 ringgit per hour, this brings us our direct expenses daily RM 32 ringgit. These costs fluctuate directly with our baking volume. So the more we bake, the more we utilize these resources. Moving on, we have our indirect expenses. This cost supports the production for our cakes, but they cannot be traced back to a single specific unit. They represent behind the scenes costs to keep the bakery kitchen running. To find our daily rate, we have broken down our monthly commitment over a 30-day period. The first one is shop rental, which costs us 33 ringgit and 33 cents. Next, general utilities, which is water and electricity, costs us 20 ringgit per day. Depreciation and maintenance cost us approximately 30 ringgit. 30 ringgit. The cleaning and communication, which cost us 6 ringgit per day. So by combining these expenses, we have a total 89 ringgit and 33 cents. This is our baseline cost for maintaining a functional production environment for every single day. Moving on, we have non-manufacturing and production expenses. These are the costs required to run Le Petit Maison as a business entity rather than just a kitchen. Our daily breakdown for this category includes administrative overheads, which cost us 73 ringgit and 33 cents per day. Accounting and admin supplies cost us 26 ringgit and 67 cents per day. Marketing and advertising 10 ringgit per day. And insurance and license cost us 6 ringgit and 67 cents per day. This result a total of 116 ringgit and 67 cents per day. While these costs don't bake the cakes, but they are essential for finding customers and ensuring our our business remain compliant and organized.
So hi, my name is Rai Milena. So I'm going to explain to you guys the calculations of job cost cuts for 1 unit of sin on our cakes. So first we got direct costs. For the calculations of direct costs, we got direct materials. Direct materials, we got 67.65 per cake. So we produce 10 cakes per day. So we're going to times with 10. So we get 676.50 cents. For direct labor, we got 240 ringgits. While direct expenses, we got 32 ringgits. So the total of prime cost is 948.50 cents. So next we got manufacturing or production overheads. First we got indirect materials. We got indirect materials is 5 ringgit 70 cents per cake. So we times with 10 equal to 51 ringgit 70 cents. Indirect labor we got 286 and indirect expenses we got 89 ringgit 30 cents. So the total of manufacturing, we got 427 and 3 cents. While the total of non-manufacturing, we got 116.67 cents. So the total cost, we total out with prime cost plus total manufacturing plus total non-manufacturing cost. We got 1,492 ringgit 50 cents. So we divide it by 10 pieces of cake per day. So for one cake, the total cost is 149 ringgit 22 cents. So for the profits, the formula of profits is selling price minus total cost. So our selling price is 179.6 minus with 149 ringgit 22 cents that the total cost. So profit for the one cake is 29 ringgit 84 cents. For the selling price, the formula is total cost plus 20% of markup times total cost. So we got total cost. Our total cost is 149.22 cents plus 20% of total cost. From 149.22 cents, so we get 179.6 cents for per cake. So selling price for 1 unit of Saint Honor cakes is 179 and 6 cents.
Moving on to our second product, which the opera cake. So to produce a single piece of whole opera cake, we utilize 11 key ingredients. We calculate the cost of each by breaking down bulk market prices into the exact grams or units used per cake. So the most significant contributors to our material costs are brewed coffees, weighs around 76 grams, costs us 12 ringgit and 92 cents. Unsalted butter weighs around 151 grams, costs us 6 ringgit and 4 cents. Almond flour weighs around 77 grams, which costs us 5 ringgit and 39 cents. When we include our chocolates, our creams, and sugars, the total direct material cost per cake is 34 ringgit and 24 cents. This covers everything that physically goes into the dessert itself. Up next, we must consider indirect materials, such as packaging and services, that do not form part of the cake itself but are essential for our customer experience and delivery. These are our indirect materials. For every cake we sold, we will provide a premium packaging such as a 12-inch box with a securing tape, which costs us 4 ringgit and 80 cents combined. Then, we will provide service utensils such as a spork and a plastic knife. Then, we add a little bit of celebration essential such as candles for the recipient. These secondary items add 5 ringgit and 17 cents per cake to our expenses. This is small individually, but they ensure our product reaches the customer in perfect condition.
Hi, my name is Ahmad Izakoyim bin Syahri, and now I will be presenting about labor and expenses for the production of a bara cake. As we all know, labor and expenses are divided into two parts, which are direct and indirect. Firstly, we will be looking into the direct labor for the production of opera cake. The Petit Maison bakeries' direct labor costs involve the puff pastry and chopped pastry chef, as well as diplomat cream and caramel chef. For the calculation of direct labor, the working hours for both chefs is estimated as 8 hours per day, which will be multiplied by 50 ringgit Malaysia at a standard wage rate per hour. This will be amounting to 120 ringgit per chef in a day. Therefore, the total direct labor cost to produce one whole cake is 240 ringgit Malaysia per day. Moving on, we will be looking into the indirect labor cost for the production of opera cake. The Petit Maison bakeries' indirect labor includes the supervisor, cleaner, and cashier. Their work indirectly contributes to the overall efficiency, safety, and quality of the bakery's product. For the calculation of indirect labor, the costs vary among the positions. However, the basic calculation formulas goes by the working hours of the position per day multiplied with the standard wage rate according to each position. Therefore, the total indirect labor cost to produce one opera cake is 286 ringgit Malaysia per day. Furthermore, we will be looking into the direct expenses incurred to produce one opera cake. The Petit Maison Bakery direct expenses for the production of the cake include the cost of oven electricity and gas used during the baking. These expenses are directly associated with the cake production process and can be clearly traced to the finished product. The oven is used for 8 hours per day at a rate of Rm4 ringgit per hour, resulting in daily direct expense of Rm32 ringgit per day. Lastly, we will be looking into the indirect expenses incurred to produce one opera cake. The Petit Maison Bakery indirect expenses include shop rental, general electricity and water, internet and phone charges, cleaning supplies, equipment depreciation, and equipment maintenance, all of which support the production of the cake but cannot be traced directly at the end product. To determine the daily indirect expense, each monthly expense is calculated using the formula of monthly cost divided by 30 days, producing a total indirect expense of 89 ringgit 33 cents per day. Last but not least, for the production of opera cake is non-manufacturing costs. The Petit Maison Bakery also incurs several non-manufacturing expenses, including administrative and other overheads, insurance and licenses, accounting and administrative supplies, as well as marketing and advertising costs. These expenses support the overall business operations while not directly related to the production of the cakes. Each non-manufacturing expenses is calculated on a daily basis, which the total of it is Rm 116 ringgit and 67 cents per day.
So next we're gonna go through the calculation for job cost cuts for 1 unit of opera cakes. For the first is direct cost, direct materials. Our direct material is 34 ringgit 34 cents per cakes. So as usual, we produce 10 cakes per day. So we gonna 10 times. So we get 342.40 cents. Direct labor we got 240, while the direct expenses we got 32 ringgit. So the total prime cost after we total up for the direct cost we got 614 and 40 cents. While the manufacturing of production cost, indirect materials is 5 ringgit 17 cents per cake. So we times with 10, we got 51 ringgit 70 cents. Indirect labor we got 286, while the indirect expenses we get 89.33 cents. So the total of manufacturing is the total manufacturing is 427.3 cents. So the total of manufacturing we got 116.67 cents. While we're going to calculate the total cost for this opera cake, prime cost plus total manufacturing plus total non-manufacturing cost, which is our prime cost is 614 and 40 cents. Total manufacturing is 427 and 3 cents, while the total non-manufacturing cost is 116.67 cents. So after we total up, we got 11,580.10 cents. So as I said before, we produce 10 cakes per day. So we're gonna divide it by 10. So per cake, for total cost one of opera cake, we got 115 and 81 cents. So the profit of one opera cake, which is selling price minus total cost, selling price is 138.97 minus our total cost, which is 115 and 81 cents. We got profit of per one opera cake we got 23 ringgit 16 cents. So for the selling price we got total cost plus 20% for the markup of total cost. So we got 138.97 for per cake, which is for one opera cake we sell it at 138.97 cents. So next we're gonna move forward to product costings of Petit Maison Bakery for job cost cuts of 1 unit of sand on our cakes. So for the direct costs that include of direct materials, direct labor and direct expenses. For the direct materials we got 676.50 cents. Direct labor we got 240 and direct expenses we got 32 ringgit. So the total of prime cost we got 948.50 cents. So next we got manufacturing. For indirect materials we got 51 ringgit 70 cents. Indirect labor we got 286, and indirect expenses we got 89 and 33 cents. So the total manufacturings after we plus everything, we got 427.3 cents. So next, the total manufacturings we got 116.67 cents, and total cost we got 149.22 cents, while the profits we got 29 ringgit 84 cents, and selling price of cent on our cake we got 179 and 6 cents. So next we're gonna move to the job cost cuts of Petit Maison bakeries of 1 unit of opera cakes. So as usual, for the direct cost, we got direct materials is 342 ringgit and 40 cents. Direct labor, we got 240 ringgit. Direct expenses, we got 32 ringgit. So the total of prime cost, we got 614 and 14 cents. So the manufacturing or production overheads that include indirect materials, 51 ringgit 70 cents. Indirect labor, we got 286 ringgit. And indirect expenses, we got 89 ringgit 33 cents. So the total of manufacturing or production costs, we got 427 and 3 cents. So next we're gonna go to the non-manufacturing production overheads that the total we got 116 and 67 cents. And the total cost of opera cake, we got 115 and 81 cents. Profit of 1 unit cake, we got 23 ringgit and 60 cents. And while the same price, we sell at 1 unit of cake, we sells at 138 ringgit and 97 cents.
Overall, this assignment enhanced our understanding of product costing, pricing, and basic accounting practices in a real business context. Through the case study of a Le Petit Maison bakery, we learned that the identifying and classifying direct and indirect costs, such as materials, labors, and expenses, requires careful planning and judgment. Determining a suitable selling price was challenging as it involved balancing profit and customer affordability. However, effective teamwork and discussion allow us to overcome these challenges and make informed decisions. For future improvement, the bakery is encouraged to use a simple costing templates or a basic accounting software to improve efficiency and reduce errors. Regular cost monitoring, bulk purchasing, waste reduction, and better budgeting can further help control expenses and support long-term business sustainability. Thank you.